What if I told you that somewhere, hidden beneath the waves or buried under layers of earth, lies a city so advanced, so mysterious, that its very existence has been debated for thousands of years? A city that vanished without a trace, leaving behind only whispers of its greatness. I'm talking about Atlantis, the legendary lost city that has captivated explorers, historians, and dreamers for centuries. But Atlantis isn't the only mystery out there. Join me as we explore the secrets of lost civilizations and cities and uncover the truth behind these ancient enigmas. Let's start with Atlantis, shall we? The story of Atlantis comes to us from the ancient Greek philosopher Plato. He described it as a powerful and technologically advanced civilization that existed around 9,000 years before his time. According to Plato, Atlantis was a utopia, a paradise of sorts, with grand architecture, fertile lands, and a thriving society. But here's the twist: Atlantis didn't last. Plato claimed that the city sank into the ocean in a single day and night of catastrophic destruction. Poof, gone, just like that, Now the big question is, did Atlantis really exist? Or was it just a story Plato made up to teach a lesson? Some people believe it was purely a myth, a cautionary tale about hubris and the consequences of greed. Others, however, are convinced that Atlantis was real, and they've spent their lives trying to find it. One of the most popular theories is that Atlantis was located in the Mediterranean, near the island of Santorini. You see, Santorini was once home to the Minoan civilization, a highly advanced society that thrived around 1600 BCE. The island was devastated by a massive volcanic eruption, which caused tsunamis and earthquakes. Could this have been the inspiration for Plato's story? It's possible. The Minoans were known for their impressive architecture and seafaring skills, much like the Atlanteans described by Plato. But wait, there's more. Some researchers believe Atlantis might have been located in the Azores, a group of islands in the Atlantic Ocean. The Azores are situated on the mid-Atlantic ridge, a tectonic boundary that could have been the site of dramatic geological events. Proponents of this theory point to underwater structures and ancient maps as evidence. Could the Azores be the remnants of Atlantis? It's an intriguing idea, but we'll need more evidence to say for sure. And then there's the wildest theory of all: Antarctica. Yes, you heard me right. Some people think Atlantis might be buried under the ice of Antarctica. This theory is based on the idea that Earth's crust could have shifted thousands of years ago, moving Atlantis from a temperate climate to the frozen south. It's a fascinating concept, but again, we're lacking concrete proof. So what do you think? Was Atlantis real, or is it just a legend? Personally, I like to believe there's a kernel of truth in every myth. Maybe Atlantis wasn't exactly as Plato described it, but perhaps it was inspired by a real civilization that met a tragic end. But Atlantis isn't the only lost city out there. Let's talk about some other fascinating examples. Take Pompeii, for instance. This ancient Roman city was buried under volcanic ash when Mount Vesuvius erupted in 79 CE. For centuries, Pompeii was forgotten, until it was rediscovered in the 18th century. Today, it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, offering us a glimpse into life in ancient Rome. Then there's Machu Picchu, the lost city of the Inca. Hidden high in the Andes Mountains of Peru, Machu Picchu was abandoned during the Spanish conquest and remained unknown to the outside world until 1911. Its precise purpose is still a mystery. Was it a royal estate, a religious site, or something else entirely? And let's not forget Angkor Wat in Cambodia. This sprawling temple complex was once the heart of the Khmer Empire. Over time, it was reclaimed by the jungle and forgotten by the world. Today, it's one of the most breathtaking archaeological sites on Earth. What's amazing about these lost cities is that they remind us of how much we still have to learn about our past. Every discovery, every excavation, brings us closer to understanding the people who came before us. So what's your favorite lost city or civilization? Do you think Atlantis will ever be found, or should it remain a mystery? Let me know your thoughts. I'd love to hear them. You know, the story of Atlantis is so compelling because it's not just about a lost city. It's about the idea of a perfect society that fell from grace. Plato described Atlantis as a place of immense wealth and power, with concentric rings of water and land, grand temples, and advanced technology. But the Atlanteans became greedy and arrogant, and the gods punished them by sinking their island into the sea. This moral lesson is one reason why some people think Atlantis might have been a fictional creation. Plato was known for using allegories to teach philosophical ideas. But what if Atlantis was based on a real place? Let's explore some of the most intriguing theories. The island of Santorini, also known as Thera, is one of the top contenders for the inspiration behind Atlantis. Around 1600 BCE, a massive volcanic eruption devastated the island, causing tsunamis and earthquakes that likely wiped out nearby settlements. The Minoan civilization, which was centered on the island of Crete, was heavily affected by this disaster. The Minoans were incredibly advanced for their time. They had multi-story buildings, intricate frescoes, and a sophisticated trade network. Sound familiar? It's easy to see how their sudden decline could have inspired the story of Atlantis. Archaeologists have even found evidence of a Minoan settlement on Santorini, buried under layers of volcanic ash. Could this be the real Atlantis? The Azores and the Atlantic theory. If we take Plato's description literally, Atlantis was located beyond the Pillars of Hercules, which many believe refers to the Strait of Gibraltar. This would place Atlantis somewhere in the Atlantic Ocean. The Azores, a group of volcanic islands about 900 miles west of Portugal, have been proposed as a possible location. Some researchers point to underwater structures near the Azores, such as the so-called Atlantis Pyramid, as evidence. Others argue that ancient maps, like the Piri Reis map, show land masses in the Atlantic that no longer exist. Could these be remnants of Atlantis? It's a tantalizing idea, but so far there's no definitive proof. Antarctica and the crustal displacement theory. Now, this one is a bit out there, but it's fascinating nonetheless. Some theorists believe that Atlantis might be buried under the ice of Antarctica. This idea is based on the concept of crustal displacement, which suggests that Earth's crust can shift dramatically over time, moving entire continents. According to this theory, Atlantis was once located in a temperate region but was suddenly moved to the South Pole thousands of years ago. Proponents of this idea point to ancient maps that seem to depict Antarctica without ice, as well as unusual geological features on the continent. While this theory is highly speculative, it's a reminder of how much we still don't know about our planet's history. Other lost civilizations and cities. While Atlantis gets most of the attention, there are plenty of other lost civilizations and cities that are just as fascinating. Let's take a closer look at a few of them. Pompeii, a city frozen in time. Pompeii is one of the most well-known lost cities thanks to its tragic and dramatic end. In 79 CE, Mount Vesuvius erupted, burying the Roman city under a thick layer of volcanic ash. The city was preserved almost perfectly, offering us an incredible snapshot of life in ancient Rome. Walking through Pompeii today, you can see everything from bakeries and bathhouses to theaters and temples. The plaster casts of victims, frozen in their final moments, are both haunting and heartbreaking. Pompeii reminds us of the fragility of human life and the power of nature. Machu Picchu, the lost city of the Inca hidden. High in the Andes Mountains of Peru, Machu Picchu is one of the most iconic archaeological sites in the world. Built by the Inca in the 15th century, this city was abandoned during the Spanish conquest and forgotten by the outside world until 1911, when it was rediscovered by American explorer Hiram Bingham. Machu Picchu is a marvel of engineering with its terraced fields, intricate stonework, and precise alignment with astronomical events. But its purpose remains a mystery. Was it a royal estate, a religious site, or a retreat for the Inca elite? Whatever its function, Machu Picchu is a testament to the ingenuity and resilience of the Inca civilization. Angkor Wat, the heart of the Khmer Empire. Located in modern-day Cambodia, Angkor Wat is the largest religious monument in the world. Built in the 12th century by the Khmer Empire, this sprawling temple complex was originally dedicated to the Hindu god Vishnu before becoming a Buddhist site. At its peak, Angkor was a bustling metropolis home to hundreds of thousands of people. But over time, the city was abandoned and reclaimed by the jungle. It wasn't until the 19th century that European explorers rediscovered Angkor Wat. And today, it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a symbol of Cambodia's rich history. Modern technologies and discoveries. One of the most exciting aspects of studying lost civilizations is the role of modern technology in uncovering their secrets. Let's talk about some of the tools and methods that are helping us piece together the past. Satellite imaging and LiDAR. Satellite imaging and LiDAR, light detection and ranging, have revolutionized archaeology. These technologies allow researchers to see through dense vegetation and map ancient sites with incredible precision. For example, LiDAR has been used to uncover hidden structures in the jungles of Central America, revealing the true scale of Maya cities like Tikal and Karakol. Underwater archaeology. Many lost cities, like parts of Alexandria in Egypt and Heraklion in the Mediterranean, are now underwater due to rising sea levels and geological changes. Underwater archaeologists use sonar, submersibles, and diving expeditions to explore these submerged sites, uncovering artifacts and structures that have been hidden for centuries. DNA analysis and isotope studies. Advances in DNA analysis and isotope studies are helping us learn more about the people who lived in these ancient civilizations. By studying human remains, researchers can determine things like diet, migration patterns, and even familial relationships. This information gives us a more complete picture of how these societies functioned. So what do you think about all this? Are you as fascinated by lost civilizations as I am? Do you believe Atlantis was real? Or do you think it's just a myth? And if you could visit any lost city, which one would it be? Personally, I'd love to explore Machu Picchu. There's something magical about the idea of a city hidden in the clouds, surrounded by breathtaking mountain views. But I'd also love to dive into the Mediterranean and see the underwater ruins of ancient Alexandria. The truth is, we'll probably never know the full story behind these lost civilizations, but that's part of what makes them so captivating. They remind us that history is full of mysteries waiting to be solved, and that there's always more to discover. For more such informative and interesting ancient mysteries, subscribe to my channel and don't forget to like and turn on the bell icon. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.